Doing this morning? Well, I think we survived our so-called light frost yesterday. I don't see any damage on anything out here. I don't think it actually got as cold as they say it did. So this morning, what I did is, you can see, I planted a 65-foot row of Lacenato Kale, which is also known as dinosaur kale. So I've had this in the seed starting trays, which you guys have seen over there with the lettuce. Went ahead and put it in the ground. Hopefully it's strong enough to take hold before we actually get a real freeze. That is my goal, but we'll see. I mean, you know, gardening is a deal, so kind of like you, none of the seasons are correct. And if you're wondering, what I do is I have a 100-foot tape here, and I'm kind of picky on how my rows are. So I use this 100-foot tape to dictate my spacing. So if it needs a foot spacing, I can go by this tape and I can roughly put it every foot. It may not be perfectly straight all the way down the line, but you know, it is gardening. So let me show you what else we got going on here. As you see, I pulled the radishes out of here this week. This is the first round of radishes. I ended up pulling them out, gave some away to friends and family. I've got more radishes in the center, and I've got some beets. I'll tell you this though, I'm a little disappointed on my beets this year. They are pretty famous nationwide seed store. They have storefronts actually, and it's very sporadic. Like, I've got good germination of beets right here, but then if you look over here, I have none. And then right beside it, I have basically like nothing here. And I don't think it's the way I spaced them, because these are spaced about an inch apart. As you can look down the line, you can see the beets on the outsides. I think it's the seed quality. I think the seeds that came from this place are old. Got radishes on both sides, broccoli. As you can see, some of the broccoli's taken off really good. Some of the smaller broccoli did not come up as soon as this one did, so I went ahead and put more seeds through here. So as you can see, some of them are smaller because they've been planted a week or 2 weeks longer than, or later than the rest, because of they didn't germinate. So I just went ahead and popped seeds in the ground. You can see like those 2 spots there, just to fill the space. But the white icicles, you can see, are looking really, really good. These are cherry bells. They're here. They're just not getting big yet. About another week, they should be doing good. I went ahead, like I said, I've got the collard greens in here. They really haven't done a whole lot, and maybe it's just collard greens. I've never grown collards before. They're about 1 inch, 2 inches tall. You know, I grew these from seed, or didn't transplant them. I direct seeded them. So maybe I direct seeded them a little too early or too late in the year. I didn't give it enough time, but I don't know. We're going to wait and see. I'm just going to let this bed go. And my red beets, golden beets, and you can see the germination's a lot better. And these seeds actually came from Johnny's. So that's the difference. That other seed came from a storefront, which I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how long those seeds have sat on the counter there. I guess I could go back and look at the seed packet and see if it says, but I don't think it does. But anyway, these seeds here came from Johnny's. So I've got rows of red beets, rows of red ace beets, some Boulder yellow beets. I've got purple turnips, white turnips, and they seem to be coming up pretty decent. So we're going to see what this holds out to. And my cabbage is looking great. That's, you know, basically just your standard. The cabbages are looking very nice. And so are the kohlrabi that we transplanted. So yeah, everything looks good. Oh, and you guys didn't notice. Something's missing here, huh? Yeah, you can see it over there in the distance. I cut that apple tree down yesterday. Now, I know you guys have seen that apple tree in my videos, and I have talked about taking it out because it has been struck by lightning twice when we moved here back in the mid-70s. So this apple tree is like 40 years old. And we used to have 2 of them. We had one here, and then we had one kind of over there where that shed was. And that one ended up dying. My dad cut that down probably 30 years ago. This one here I cut down. As you can see, it's had multiple issues. We've got a lot of damage. Literally, I think I counted when I cut this tree down yesterday, we had 6 apples on this whole tree. We hardly had any blooms. The last probably 5 years, it's gone downhill from where it's had hundreds and hundreds of apples where we were picking 10, 15 5-gallon buckets to where it started getting lower and lower and lower. And last year we only picked probably a couple gallons, and this year we hardly have any. As you can see inside of there, most of those apples are just rotted. And you know, it could be partially my fault too. Probably a lot of it is I do not fertilize this tree. I do not spray this tree for bugs. We don't do anything with this tree. And that's probably our fault. If we probably would have kept a little better care of it, it probably would produce good. But this is my plan. So we're going to do is we're going to put more beds in here. So hopefully I can get another 10 or 12 beds in here. And so it'll be about 50-foot long beds. And hopefully I can get 10 50-foot beds in here. And then I'll be able to put my peppers and my field tomatoes and stuff like that out here. And then still have this area and still have the hoops. You can see we pulled the tarps off. So this is what it looks like when you have the tarps off. After the tarps back on, and the tarps have been on it until yesterday. So actually the soil here, it's a little compacted because we walk on it and stuff like that. But as you can see, I mean, I could dig my hand in there. So, I mean, it's a little sandy. What we're going to do is I'm just going to put compost beds, just like I did over there on top of this, and then we will build that soil. As you can see, the hoop house is coming along, got the hip boards and the baseboards on. If you guys watch my videos on that, I'm specifically doing videos on nothing but hoop house stuff to show you guys what we did to get to this point here. Everything is up, so the plastic and the wiggle wire came in yesterday on UPS. So I am going to work today and get this wiggle wire up so we can get this ready to go, get this plastic on. We can get this thing taken care of. But guys, I appreciate you guys watching the videos. So we're going to go ahead and get some water on this kale. And then we're going to call this video good. If you guys like this channel, make sure you like it. Give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. If you know someone that's looking for garden content or like just basic garden content, share it with them. Leave comments down below. I love to know where you guys are from. how you guys are gardening, if you guys are doing any fall gardening, or if you guys are just done for the year. Let me know. Put some comments down below. I've had a couple people comment on some videos, but I need more comments. I like to talk and interact with people. So you guys put comments down below. But until next time, guys, thanks. Have a good day. See you later.